Welcome everybody to a new game of Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition, and as you all probably already know, we will get some new content for the Definitive Edition in the upcoming week. And that is the new civilization, United States of America. And we are very lucky to be able to give you a first-hand, hands-on preview on what is about to come. We can already say there's a lot of mechanics involved with the civilization and a lot of new options for strategies. It's really a totally unique and novel civ. It's not like copy-pasted. I mean, we have some aspects from revolutions, some like units and ships, but there's a lot of like really new content coming for you guys. So yeah, also just want to give a shout out to 𝐒𝐫𝐸𝐿. He already did a lot of work and analyzed a lot of content from this new civilization and the options for strategies and all that. And definitely recommend to check that out. For today, we will just show like strategies that we feel might be helpful with starting with the civ. So two different variants here. One is an FF strategy, a fast fortress strategy, and 𝐷𝐸𝐿 will try to do a boom strategy. And we will try to
also
shortly...
known as Fred.
Yeah, Fred, 𝐷𝐸𝐿, whatever you want to call him. In-game, it's 𝐷𝐸𝐿, we call him Fred. Big Fred, whatever you want. So, yeah.
Oh, come on, man, really?
And, yeah, so now we have to just see how we can move along here, because there's a lot of, like, new intrinsics that we have to discuss somehow while playing this game. We will just do a regular skirmish here, 2v2, as you expected, and try to explain a little bit what's happening. And we have a lot of new exclusive cards for the new civilization that is United States of America, and a lot of new mechanics. The age-ups have been changed. We don't have politicians, but age-up with states. We have a kind of different explorer, the general. Apparently we're playing against Tokugawa and Ivan, of course playing against AI here, because right now the civ is not playable yet. It will be unlocked on the 13th of April next week. There were two options to get the civ. Either you complete all 50 states challenges, or you just buy the DLC for 5 euros or dollars, I think. And yeah, so let's dive right into it. First of all, we have a new resource crate here. You see that, it gives XP. That's already kind of interesting, I think. Definitely a new thing. As I said, the Explorer kind of plays similar, but has more potential for like late game options, I think. And yeah, it's just like a little bit stronger.
We're going over that in a bit, I think. Right now, it doesn't make a lot of sense to talk about it, because the main ability that makes him different from normal Explorers will only be available in H2. So yeah.
Exactly.
Right now we cannot show that anyway. The two strategies we're playing today are essentially based on two videos by 𝐒𝐫𝐸𝐿. So again, big shout out to him. You're going to find the link to his channel in the video description, since we don't want to take credit for these strategies since we didn't invent them.
Yeah, absolutely.
We merely adapted them a bit for more like team play kind of scenario, but that's all we did. So again, we haven't invented these strategies. Please don't assume that. We just took the inspiration from 𝐒𝐫𝐸, and yeah, thanks a lot to him.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really epic what he's already been doing for like the whole community here, like reviewing a lot of stuff and really working his way through that. He was able to have a like more exclusive access apparently just a little bit earlier, so he was really able to produce a lot of videos beforehand, and like all released them yesterday, so very impressive. And definitely of big help, and we just try to, like, it really helps us to get started with this civ as well, and I think it might also help many others, so yeah, yes. Great work.
Also, of course, needless to say, 𝐒𝐫𝐸 is probably the way better player, so sure. Yeah, if you want to take advice, take it from him, not from us.
Sure. So just getting started here, just to talk a little bit, so we first stand the capitalism here. It gives a coin trickle. It's a little bit higher than for different civs, with 1.5 coin per second. And the idea with the FF is so the USA does have a little bit like different cards. They have those immigrant cards, which are taking pages out of the books of different civilizations and like getting their exclusive civ bonuses for yourself. So you can obtain a bank wagon, for example. You can obtain some blockhouses from the Russians, stuff like that. On the downside, they don't have villager shipments early on, and like, or not usual, but they only have those immigrant cards, which can also deliver villagers, like for example the Irish immigrants. And yeah, our first plan here, starting out with this first fortress play, is to try to get up to H2, use the coin trickle to already get a lot of coin here, and then send the Dutch immigrants, which give you a bank wagon. And that already gives you like a 4 villagers shipment kind of, and allows you to get up to fortress rather easy. The other thing is that the USA are really heavy on experience. As I already said, they have those like special resource crates, which are also shipped upon aging up. So that's really good. And now I have to age up with Virginia here. So those age ups also are a little bit different. So when you choose an age up, you also get access to exclusive cards depending on the choice of state you want to go for. So we see them up here. There's a special category for that, and upon aging up, I will unlock certain special cards here. And yeah, that's, I think, really interesting, and a really interesting mechanic, because it makes the choice of age up even more like special,
important than it already was. Yeah,
exactly.
So yeah, just to like tell you a bit about what I am doing here. So I'm going for a different strategy. The first card I've sent are the Coureurs de Bois. So you can get 3 Coureurs de Bois as another immigrant card. And alongside that, your villagers also get upgraded. So they're more resistant to damage and also deal more damage themselves. So they become like semi-Coureurs de Bois, so to speak. And after that, I'm going for the German immigrants, which gives you a free settler wagon, which every mill you build. And yeah, I'm going to try to like capitalize on that and use this card to get myself 4 settler wagons. But I think since Raph is recording this, we're going to mainly talk about the strategy he is going to do for now. And maybe when we're done with the game, we're going to talk a bit about what I'm doing here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So the strategy that I'm going for here, as I already said, is an FF strategy, and I'm going with the semi-FF here, so I will construct a stable. And now, upon aging up, I'm sending the Hamiltonian Economics, another exclusive card for the USA. Gives you cheaper, or like actually free upgrades in your market. So all those upgrades that can be really expensive, like the amalgamation and also the wood upgrades, they can get really expensive, and you get them for free basically upon using this. And I'm actually collecting way too much coin here right now because I'm out of hunts, like totally out of hunts. It's actually really shitty. I kind of did a bad job.
Glad that everything is going smoothly.
Yeah, absolutely. Did a really bad job of like scouting around my base here. Sorry for that. I'm also now like absolutely.
Well, don't apologize to me. Apologize to our viewers, because they have to like cope with your subpar performance here.
Absolutely, they have to do that. Yeah. So I'm actually selling some wood here. That actually did not go too well. So, anyways.
Ivan, for the love of God, please shut up. Ah, boy.
He's not telling me anything interesting at the moment, to be honest.
Yeah, but he was telling me some like some bullshit. Don't even know what it was. I think about his trade route.
Lovely.
Trade route, whatever. I think both are fine.
Probably yes. Okay, so I really fucked up this H3 build order a bit. Still will be able to get out my batch of calf. I think that will be fine. Actually don't want to do that. Then I'm also sending now the Virginia State Assembly, which is gives you access to a new building. The capital, as you know it from different civilizations, has been changed for the USA. So yeah, batch of 5 coming out. That's good. Now aiming for an H up here. We'll need some more wood and food and coin, of course, and now trying to get a villager raid or something. And yeah, the state capital can be shipped if you age up with Virginia, and you can also, I think you can get access in H3, right? Yep. Okay, let's see if I can find any more settlers here. That would be really good. And yeah, as I already said, so the USA is very heavy on like experience. That's due to several points. Okay, here we got the Russian here. It actually went for a whole batch of Cossacks, so not really sure how to deal with that right now. I mean, the AI is also kind of cheating, as you all know, so it's a little bit off. It's not really what you expect from multiplayer, having like 20 Cossacks here and like 20 infantry units. It's a bit much.
Of course, yeah.
So this is the upgrade that we want to do in the capital here. The statehood allows you to age up faster to your next age up, and also gives you more experience upon aging up. I think it's a very okay. Now we can kind of get the Cossacks here. It's an interesting mechanic, definitely, and I think I just traded away. Okay, now we're good. So I lost one hussar there, but that's actually fine. Let's see if I can get anything in the other base. Okay.
Yeah. Try to do some damage there, my man. Try to do some damage if you can.
Going up with New Hampshire, because New Hampshire actually gives you 2 cards. One of them is a factory wagon, and as you can expect, that is a super strong shipment.
Super strong
shipment, which like yeah, it's worth like 8 villages roundabout. So yeah. Now we also popped, so we have to collect some more wood, and probably I don't even collect much wood here, but instead, okay, I forgot to research amalgamation. It's a little bit weird because you can't just queue them all, but you have to queue them individually.
Yeah, I mean, you have to wait for the second one in order to be able to queue the third one, of course.
Yeah, exactly. So actually setting up a Rex here now. Did that go? Okay, here we go. Setting up Rex very aggressively. Now we are able to send some good units in H3 now. Of course, we can start with the factory. That's kind of the greediest that you can go for, but we can also send like big unit shipments, of course.
3 Gatling guns, for example.
Yeah, stuff like that. I actually wanted to raid with those units here. Welcome to Java fucks up everything in Age of Empires 3. Okay, that's a lot of Ashigaru there. Not really want to poke in there and lose my units. Right, so now my arsenal is online and is up, and I'm actually thinking of sending the 54th Massachusetts volunteers. Those are interesting because they already do the veteran upgrade on your units, which I kind of like. It also gives you some military early on. We have to construct another house because we're popped again.
Let's pop again.
Do it. I would rather not. So here we go.
Hello, or my minor.
Okay.
You don't wanna pop?
Absolutely not, no.
Ah, alright. I'm sad to hear that. In order to understand this conversation, you probably have to point out that poppen is a slang word for sexual intercourse in German.
That is right, yeah. I always forget that it's not the case for English.
It sounds like an English word, doesn't it?
So next up, going with the... Actually deleting that just for queuing some more units here.
I'll do it.
Never mind. So now, as you can see, we got those like regulars and the militia. The regulars are kind of like musketeers. They also look very similar, I think, to the redcoats. Different stats on them slightly. Now with our factory, it's good that we can just like get wood from there, and it really allows us to get out a mass of units now. We just have to make sure that we construct enough houses. So getting a push here by the Russian guy.
Oh, that's actually not that small of a force. Yeah.
Yeah,
Coming.
it's a lot. As I said, the AI, of course, is a little bit cheating, so it's a little bit off, probably. Gatling's now moving in, so if we can take out the Cav, then things should look rather good. So now we can do the wood upgrades as well, even though we don't need them. Okay, I'm getting also pushed by the Japanese here. Let's see if we can hold things off. We are not really experienced with this build order, as you probably can expect. Okay, so took out all the Russians. Now let's move into our base here. They took down my stable, which is shit. New one is already coming up.
Yeah, we'll do.
So maybe some regulars, some more of them.
Ah shit, my factory is still producing gold. That's a bit annoying.
Indeed it is, yeah. Once again, also doing this upgrade here, and also the hit points probably. Yeah, now the Gatling's obviously like really cleaning up here. So that is very strong.
And now I'm finally able to do my veterancy for the regulars.
So that worked out kind of good in the end. That's good.
Yeah, we survived against the AI. Yeah, that definitely makes the strategy viable. Be careful. There's one cav unit chasing you. You probably don't want to use your Gatlings to that.
Yeah, that is right.
That's what I thought. Talking about Gatlings, where did my Gatlings go? Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
All right.
So also the capital, what's also interesting about those is that you can actually train wagons from there. I can just really shortly show that. They also train pretty fast, and you can use them for constructing like buildings all over the place.
Do you still have some cavalry left, maybe?
It was pretty much killed off, but I'm on my way. I have more in queue.
Ouch. This was a bit unnecessary, I think.
Yes.
Hello, Hunter.
Hello, Hunter.
Hunter.
I also like
Yes,
the accent. It's pretty decent, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm fighting against musketeers here. It's actually not...
I can take care of the musketeers, but I'm currently struggling because the units I just produced from my barracks are just skirmishers, so those obviously don't help much.
Yeah, I'm running my cav out to you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Also sending a fort. The USA definitely... Okay. Love to see that the wagons are doing the same shitty movement problem. With the, like, wagons and all that. Getting a lot of coin here right now. What the fuck? Gotta need some more food.
Okay,
Right.
there's a lot of Japanese units coming into my base now as well. Be careful.
Yeah, maybe we should push into them.
Yeah, that will... Okay, there's a lot of villages coming right our way.
Yeah. Let's kill them
Be
off.
careful, there's also Naginata riders coming into our base.
Yeah, I see them. It's a good point. I mean, I can't really do much against the Yumi here. Just a bit too many.
Yeah, the problem is I'm like building units from 2 barracks, but it's like a lot of shit there.
Yeah, I get that. Maybe call your Minutemen. That's another interesting mechanic.
Yeah, I don't have gold for that, I'm afraid.
Okay.
I mean, if you have too much gold lying around, I'll take it, but...
So here we got our 4 now. Definitely gonna construct that up now.
Yeah, that's actually, yeah, something we definitely need to talk about, the Minutemen. So first thing is you can call them multiple times. So they are on a cooldown right now. I cannot call them immediately, but I can call them later on again. And also they don't actually die if they are like on the battlefield for too long, because they will only lose up to 50% of their hit points, and after that they are... yeah, that's my artillery foundry. Didn't want to build any more artillery anyway. Artillery is for lamers. Okay, but... Okay, that Japanese guy is going to be a nuisance, I think.
A what?
Yes.
A nuisance.
I'll do it. Hunter.
A nuisance?
Yeah,
What is a nuisance?
something annoying.
Never heard that word, I think. Or I never used it, at least. I'm also now sending the immigrants. We're taking down the Russian guy as well here, pretty severely. So we can probably try to push onto the Japanese next. So I think we're fine. Yeah, the AI like plays a little bit weird. Like they get a lot of resources, way more than you get, and that's where they can flood you with units, but they can't play well with them. So I still wait and hope that they include like more fair strategies for the higher
Okay, Naginata, like honestly, I'm being cleaned up here in my base, so...
Yeah, I'm now
If
running
you build any more units, build them down to me.
I do, and I'm now running my units towards you here. Got my Yulins here. 11 Yulins. Now I can also train them from forts now, which is cool.
Lumberjack.
Not that you have a fort.
I actually do. I
Okay.
sent the fort early on.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Okay, but yeah, this looks like we're getting this stabilized.
Yeah, and you could maybe use your units up there.
Yeah, they were actually killing the villages, the Russian villages that were like running from the.
We haven't even talked about the flag yet. So what you can see now is that you can actually plant a flag onto the ground with your explorer. And this way all the units in a range around this flag, as you can see, get an increased bonus on damage. Yes, you can give up mine. And I think that's a really interesting mechanic. It kind of reminds me of like those War Chief auras, but you can of course place that wherever you want. Just not really near to the town center. So like now, coming nearer to this town center, I can't really enforce my units with that. It also makes units train faster. So some really interesting mechanics in that, I think. Oh, there's still units in your base. What the fuck?
Yeah, all the time actually.
And more to come up there. Wow. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why he's like giving up his whole town, but
You won't complain either, right?
well, I do complain because I find it very annoying that I like have to like get them out of my town all the time. But
Get that. Now I'm also sending Armand's Legion here. Actually gives you Reuters, not Reuters, but Dragoons, French Dragoons. And upon sending those cards in the third age, you can also train them from forts. So as you can see, I now can train 𝐒𝐫𝐞𝐬s here, and obviously I kind of like with the whole like strategic options that you get with the USA. You can really like come up with your own strategies and ideas. There's like some synergy options definitely. Like for example, we already saw in the early game like the coin trickle combined with the bank, and we will also shortly discuss about your strategy that you played here, and this also used some synergies of like cards and then also those unlocked age-up cards, so when choosing the state to age up with. And it's really like just a very, very...
okay, be careful, there's some Naginata riders running around here and killing my Gatling guns again.
Yeah, I'm on them.
I have the continuous fire activated for them though, so...
So now we get the 10 Dragoons here. Right, those Gatling guns, of course, is a new artillery unit that you can now build without Revolution. And it's kind of... They don't have falconets, they don't have organ guns or anything similar, or flaming arrows. So it's their main artillery unit, and yeah, again, you can resign, that's fine. And they by nature, by default, they stop to fire every few seconds and then reload. And there's actually also a card in there, the coffee mill, which I don't even have in deck right now, that allows them to fire continuously, making them kind of like even 20% better on damage output. And yeah, so what I like about this whole, like, you already saw a lot of the new stuff that the USA has to offer, and I'm admiring the new strategic ways that open here in this game. It's really a completely novel civ. I mean, there's some stuff that you already know. They also have like completely new naval units, except for the what are they called in English? The
frigates?
No, the tank boats. The
the ironclads, you mean?
The ironclads, yeah, exactly. So you might know them from Revolutions, but now you can also train them from the USA, just like casually, doing kind of the same thing as the mortar ships. And yeah, so
well,
a lot of
they're better against enemy ships, though. That's the main difference, I'd say. Also, you can train frigates and steamboats.
Yeah, steamboats are interesting because they have like a charge ability that allows them to move really fast for a limited time. Then you have like the new frigates here, the new caravels here. They are called can't remember. But they have like an auto broadside attack. So every couple of seconds they fire an auto broadside, which this way you can't really use it like specifically to, for example, focus on one ship or take down a castle or something. But it just gets fired automatically. But it's
They're
also
called sloops, by the way.
Sloops, right? Yeah, and it's easier to use them because they require less micro, of course. And yeah, so a lot of new things here. We already saw in this deck here. All those cards, or most of those cards, are totally new. Like, for example, you get an arsenal card in H2 that ships an Arsenal wagon, allows you the advanced Arsenal improvements, and all Arsenal improvements become free, but you take really they take really long to be researched, taking about 250% of the original amount of time. Those immigrant cards are really like that. It's kind of similar to the consulate of the Asian civilizations, where you can just make use of other civilizations by teaming up with them in the consulate and allying with them. And yeah, some really new ideas here, new approaches, and I'm really interested to see how the whole civilization pans out.
Yes, exactly. I mean, we definitely have to see what the balancing is going to look like, because there are so many unique features in this civilization that it might be difficult to, find balanced ways of making the civilization fair and fun to play. Because the problem is obviously that with like so many different strategies that are possible, you might always be able to find something that is broken or overpowered. For example, we had this with the Dominion card, the Swedish Dominion card, that essentially was never used before some other cards were drastically nerfed. And after that, people found out that the card was actually quite decent. And it actually became so strong that, again, this card had to be nerfed, stuff like that. So
yeah, that was super interesting, right? Like it was never used in the beginning because people thought like, 4 Torp wagons, I don't know, doesn't really add up. But then Torps got more expensive, so it's a little bit more outcome, and also being able to ship crates to Torps and have them auto-collected by the Torps is kind of cool.
And they also become more tanky through the card, or they became rather more tanky through the card. So either way, the thing is, balancing is definitely going to be an issue, and I think it might take a while until the civilization is fairly balanced. But I mean, in the end, that's probably what you have to expect from a new civilization, because I mean, how is it possible to know in advance what the strategies are going to be? So
yeah, absolutely. So of course this is now just against AI here, so I'm not really sure how viable this is. From the feeling of it, I think those two strategies here, so my fortress and your boom strategy, weren't really like overpowered in any way. So I'm interested to see how viable they are against, like, for example, an enemy fast fortress, because now I'm not sure my age up time. I know I fucked it up a bit in the beginning, so I was definitely a bit slow. 9:20 is okay-ish, could have been like 20 seconds faster, I would assume. So around about 9 minutes, that's of course way slower than, say, an Ottoman or Portuguese age up to fortress, or maybe even Chinese. And you also get like different units. Like we have to see how good the 3 Gatling guns, for example, are compared to falconets, and how it just pans out. And I mean, the musketeers are also, they all have, like, they have very different stats from the usual musketeers because they have more range, starting with 14 instead of 12 range. And
like a bit of a Caroline feeling there.
And same with the sharpshooters, which are kind of the new skirmisher unit here. I like their design and like how they sit down for shooting and everything. And those also start, I think, with an increased range here, 21 range now on them.
I think they end up with 22, so they're like longer range unit. And like I said, we'll see how this all works out in the end and what the balancing is going to look like.
Exactly.
But until then, we're going to test out some stuff. And I'm hoping that you're with us, and see you in the next video.
Well, I just wanted to ask if you would like shortly learn out your strategy here. Are we doing this in a different video?
Since this video has been dragging on for quite a while, I think I won't do that in this game or in this video, I think.
Okay, then we might do another one in the upcoming days, so stay tuned for that. We will try to showcase some of that stuff. Once again, shout out to 𝐏𝐲𝐸𝐿𝐴 for like already contributing a lot of content here and a lot of insights into this new civilization. If you want to have more information on the cards and all the different age ups and possible strategies, definitely head over to his channel, check it out. And hope that you all find that a little bit intuitive, at least, giving kind of a hands-on look, like just playing them in regular skirmish game here. And of course, you will definitely see some multiplayer matches with the USA from our side in the upcoming days, as soon as it's available to more people and this can be used in the multiplayer mode. So
yes, exactly.
Thank you all for hanging around here, and let us know how your thoughts about the whole civilization are. I think it's, as I said, a lot of new and interesting content, and really interested to see how it kind of how it's coming along with the different civilizations that we already have in the game. and how the balancing and everything pans out. So thank you all for tuning in, and yeah, stay safe.
See you in future videos.
See ya, bye.